Incremental greetings. Have you ever wondered how the ratings actually affects the next interval? How the algorithm, the SuperMemo algorithm, is calculating those intervals and how weight is giving to the user ratings. So you may know in the documentation that the user rating each time has less and less weight in the overall calculation. So what I will be doing is trying an experiment of rating the same item several times with each possible rating and see what interval is set each time and make my own conclusions. So I'm using the emoji, and as you may know, you have 5 possible ratings. The first 2 are failure, and the 3 others are success, even if are rather correct, good, or excellent. 3, 4, and 5. So what I'll be doing is I have one item from my current outstanding queue. Actually, it's from 3 days ago because I don't clear my queue each day. So what I'll be doing is for this item, let me try to see the history. So I have only 3 repetitions. Good. More or less 3, double 6, and 93. So let's see what happens. Number 3, January. Okay. So the intervals are different every time. So the overall conclusion is what I was expecting. That the easiest in rating, the higher the interval is, even though it has the same U factor, A factor, difficulty, and so on. So the only difference here now is just the user rating. Okay. So the rating 3 and 4 are exchanged, so I will guess that that will be the lowest. So what happened here is that a easier rating ended up giving a shorter interval. I know that was possible. I read that in the SuperMemo documentation. So it's not 100% what will you be expecting. If I rate myself easier, the interval will be higher always. No, that's not the case, as you can see. Now, what I did is rating myself and undoing the rating. I don't know if this is changing some stat. So it's actually the same, 100% the same as if it was vanilla, the first try rating. So what I will be doing is more items, but exchanging the order. So instead of rating myself 5, 4, and 3, I will be doing 3, 4, and 5, if this makes sense. I will skip this. It has all the history is always 5. So and now I click rate myself as 5. So what happened? I got those. Oh, you cannot see that. Okay. That's the shortest. Makes sense. Number 4 should be higher. It is. But see what happens with the easy rating. My God. December. So it's the shortest of all of them. Just for a week or so for the rating 3. And then you have like 3 months difference. Or no, 4 months difference. So I'm getting the same thing with different order. So I'm guessing the order of my undoing ratings is not affecting. Those are the results of the experiment. It's very anecdotal. It's just 4 items. But I can tell that rate makes very little sense. Makes very little weight on the interval. So I'm guessing the algorithm have into account the A factor, U factor, difficulty, and so on, and even related items in the same tree, the same level of the knowledge tree, and so on. And the actual grade, to avoid the bias, the user bias, it doesn't make any much difference. And sometimes, even if you rate the easiest rating, you are not getting the highest interval. And the opposite is true. If you aim at the lowest possible success, which is number 3, it's not guaranteed you will have the shortest increased interval. So I think that's good, because this mismatch that, oh, it's not how I expect it to be, is to avoid my own bias. If always was increasing in the same fashion, 3 the lowest, 5 the highest, and 4 in between, then the user bias won't be combat. So what I suggest is, feel free to use the same with your own items, and carry on little experiments. You don't have to trust me or to trust what you read. Do your own experiments. That will be awesome.